Hello, I'm Sophie from Bee Bag Designs, and I've come up with an idea for a crochet strap that's nice and strong but very easy and simple using a plait. Okay, I'm using this murakami yarn that I found in my stash, but if you want something, if you haven't got murakami yarn, then just get something out of your stash and plait a few bits together to make it thicker. Obviously the thicker the yarn you're using, the stronger your strap is. I use a couple of rings. Again, if you don't want to put rings on or you haven't got any rings, you can just attach the strap straight to your bag. I'm just going to tie a little bit of yarn and hook that underneath this heavy pen pot I've got, because you want the ring to be somewhere secure to make your plait, because you do pull on it quite a lot, particularly if you're doing a longer strap. Just thread your 3 strands through that ring and separate them into 3 sections, and just do your plait left over right and right over left. Is how I used to remember my mum telling me. Left over right and right over left. And if you've got lots of yarn there, you sort of have to run your fingers through because it does get a bit twisted. And then just carry on doing that until the required length. Okay, when you've reached the length you require, just split the yarn into 2 sections and loosely tie together there, just to stop the plait running. And then you're going to get your ring and tie a nice reef knot, which is nice and strong. So put one side of the yarn through the ring, and then you put left over right, and then pull nice and tightly, and then right over left, and pull it tightly again. And with the ends, you can just trim them to a length or thread beads on them, or whatever you fancy. So what you can do is go into that very first loop by the ring and do a single crochet, and then basically single crochet along in each of those sort of outside loops, and they seem to be about the right distance apart, but obviously it depends how thick your plait is. If you do find you need 2, put 2 in the loop, just to make sure your stitches just look nice and even. And then I just carry on until you get to the ring at the end. And then to get across the other side, I decided to put a couple of chains in. In this case, it works out as 3 chains to get to the other side, but obviously again depends how thick your plait is. And then go into that outside loop on the other side and carry on down. And then when you reach the ends, do the same amount of chains as you did the other end, and join with a slip stitch. And chain 1 and single crochet into that first stitch, and then single crochet all the way along. And I'll meet you at the end. And what you want to do at the end is to do as many single crochets as you did chains. So in this case, you do 3 single crochets in a chain, and then just carry on along the other side. Obviously, if you've done 4 chains, you do 4 single crochets, etc. So just to finish, do your single crochets in your chain and join with slip stitch. And there you have it. A nice, strong, simple, easy and cheap strap for your crochet bag. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I came up with this idea because I found doing straps very tedious and often very complicated. And most of us know how to do plaits. So I hope you like the idea, and please send me any pictures of any straps you come up with. Like I said, you could do as many rows of single crochet around the edge, make it nice and wide. But yeah, thank you for watching and happy crocheting.